Dustin Martin has now gone where no one's gone before, and the Tigers officially enter the dynasty conversation after an emphatic grand final win against the Cats. Damian, Barrett and Callum Twomey with you on Footy Feed. Cal, he simply may be unstoppable, Dusty.
I think he is, Damo. It's an amazing performance again from Dustin Martin. The holy trinity of grand final performances now. Three-time Norm Smith medalist. An amazing, really, performance from him. 21 touches, 4 goals. But it was the goal just before half-time that really set the tone for the Tigers in their comeback, because it was amazing. They were 15 points down at half-time, and then he went bang in the second half. Yeah,
it was. I mean, it was the first of the 4 he kicked. He got them back into that game. They were 22 points down. When you hear players the calibre, as you're about to see and hear, Joel Selwood and Shane Edwards, the opposition captain and the long-time teammates of Dusty, talk about him the way these guys do, you know you're dealing with an all-time elite talent. Joel Selwood basically said you cannot plan to play on him.
He was finding the ball in his phone box at times, so you know, we had a plan for him. We had a couple different plans for him. He's a good player. He's a hell of a player.
He's unplannable.
Maybe, yep.
It doesn't get any better from an opposition captain, the calibre of Joel Selwood, to say that about you. And then you then have the double whammy of his great teammate Shane Edwards, who was also very, very good yet again in a grand final, saying this about Dusty.
He can play in the midfield, play forward. He's built like a bull, but he's actually probably our best user on the outside. So he's kind of got everything. And just like danger as well. You just hope that they're just not quite on, and Dustin just always seems to be on when it matters.
Damo, this is 3 flags out of the last 4 years for the Tigers, clearly putting them now into the dynasty conversation, alongside the Hawks of that three-peat era early in this decade, the Lions of 01 to 03, even the Cats 07, 09, 2011. It was interesting chatting with Daniel Rioli, who's obviously the cousin of Cyril Rioli, the 4-time premiership player, about making sure this isn't the end of the Tigers dynasty.
I'm only 23 years old, and that's the plan. He's won 4, played in 5, so we've got one more, hopefully, fingers crossed. We've got a little young Morris Jr. coming up, so wouldn't want him missing out, so we'll definitely try our best to get another one under our belt.
The win was Damian Hardwick's, obviously, 3rd as a coach. That puts him, not just his team, into the all-time great coaching conversations, and it left Chris Scott with the one grand final win. That's now back in 2011. The contrasting emotions of those two men was seen post-match.
This one I think is extra significant. You know, what we had to go through to get here. You know, the 100 odd days in a hub, how hard the AFL, Queensland government, you know, the people in Victoria did it. It was just an enormous achievement.
And our players, I'm really proud of them. They keep fronting up. You know, not just when it's easy, but when it's hard. And even though we fell short tonight, I'm still really proud of them, and I hope that our supporters are as well. Okay, help me out.
It was a brutal game. Gary Ablett copped the shoulder hit early. We'll talk about that in a moment. Nick Floston went down in the same, effectively, passage of play. 5 minutes into the game, gone for the game. Sam Simpson of Geelong knocked out late in the game. Other players carried injuries throughout it.
Yeah, Tom Stewart was sore after the game. Bashar Hooley pulled a calf early in the game but played it out. The one we want to talk about in a little bit more depth is that Nick Floston incident, because Patrick Dangerfield, the Brownlow medalist from the Cats, was involved there. An elbow got him. He explained the incident in his perspective after the game.
Oh, I didn't think that was much in. I'm trying to tap the ball away, and there's 3 Richmond players coming towards me. I think had there have been something, there would have been repercussions on the field. But from everyone, it was just play on. It's contact sport.
Look, Ablett got back onto the ground, Cal. He was strapped up. It was a shame, though. It was not the way this 19-season career was meant to finish. Game 357 was not the one he wanted it to be. He toiled, but ultimately he had no effect from the moment that shoulder popped.
No, he was playing clearly under duress after that incident early in the game. Didn't have an impact. We know how impactful he was in the preliminary final last week. He had no say on this game. So it was a sad way to end it from that front. But
nice touch post-match, though, wasn't it? Where the Richmond players waited for him to leave the conversations he was having with members in the crowd to basically Fanfare, the great man.
And so did everyone in the crowd too. The whole crowd stayed around for that moment. They shut down the theme song, the Richmond theme song, so they could actually give him his moment, his final chance to say goodbye to supporters. An amazing career, 357 games, 2 flags. Didn't get that 3rd flag to finish off with.
So it was a clear best of field with Dusty Martin getting the 3. I think it was clear, wasn't it?
You're saying that now, Damo. So can we just quickly have a little bit of a moment for you? Because Norm Smith Medal voting panel, you're on it. How did you go? You voted Dustin Martin 3 votes.
Yep.
Jaden Short 2.
Yep.
And Shane Edwards 1.
That was the way I voted, yes. Yes, it was.
Look, comfortable?
I am actually, yeah, more than I thought I was going to be at 3/4 time. I was really impressed with Jaden Short's game for what it's worth. I thought he set the team up in the early stage of the game. Once Dusty got 2 goals, to me it was a Norm Smith for him. Once he got 3, it was a guarantee. And the 4th, which was his best, it just didn't matter. But he's dominated another final series. He's dominated another grand final. As we said before, he's gone when no one's gone. That's 2020. Obviously now, as of Monday, with trade radio beginning and all the trade movements, Cal, clubs are looking for 2021 and beyond. And all you need to do is stay with us on afl.com.au and the AFL Live app.